It was a splendid day, and Harold the helicopter is hovering over, and he was checking to see if anyone needs help. Then Harold noticed something. He noticed something on the South Hall Viaduct, and Harold went closer for inspection.
You must be Harold, the helicopter. Hello.
Oh, and you must be Lila. I heard a lot about you. Percy told me about you when he and Thomas visited the Nightingale Railway.
Yeah, and I'm just taking passengers. Well, we're still at the works getting repairs. What are you doing?
Sir Topham had told me to check the inspection on the Nightingale Railway and any part of the mainland.
That's awesome!
Indeed it is awesome. Anyways, I gotta go. Got busy things to do and gotta check to see if anyone needs help. See you later, Lila. And Harold took off. Not long now, Lila. We'll soon be at the next station.
Right.
Just passing through. Just heading over back to Sodor. I already know, Harold. You don't have to tell me. This is so difficult. Show off. That was until later, D199 was getting a little irritated about Harold. Why would Sir Topham Hatt decide to send a helicopter to check on the mainland? Harold's just being really useful, D199. There's no need for you to be a jerk.
Yeah, Thomas is right. He's just trying to be really useful.
Yeah, D199. Harold's just being a really useful helicopter. Like once, when Percy's pulling Annie and Clarabelle while Thomas is busy, Percy ended up through some flooded tracks, and then Harold the helicopter was dropping drinks for Percy's driver and firemen. And Harold is a really useful, helpful helicopter, and he is awesome. You should give him some respect. Later, the next day, when Harold heard what D199 said, it makes him feel upset and left out. He wished that there's some day that another engine probably needs some help. Just then, Toby arrived.
Hello there, Harold. Is something wrong?
Harold explained everything to Toby.
Oh, don't mind D199. He's just having a messed up day. And I heard you're expecting the line and expecting the mainland. I think you're doing well, Harold.
You really meant it, Toby?
Indeed, Harold. I think you're doing well. Anyways, gotta go. Me and Harriet gotta get those passengers to Ellsbridge Harbor. And I'm sure you're doing well.
Looks like most people do need help.
A little later.
Emergency, Harold. What's going on? Some passengers are stranded and Worfstill got into an accident. Sir Topman chose you to take the passengers to Dryon Station. And Worfstill had got into an accident because of some bent track. And you must help him. All set and ready for action. Oh, I'm going to be late to drop off the passengers at Ellsbridge Station when I get to Sodor. And I'm going to be late. Not to worry, Worfstill. I'll get them there. Oh, thank you, Harold. Anytime, Worfstill. Anyways, gotta get those passengers to Dryon Station. Bye, Worfstill. And see you later. What a brave helicopter Harold is. Just checking the other part of the line. Everything near Potterton Station's going well.
Going well indeed, Harold.
Later that night, D199 was taking a passenger train at night, and D199 was about to head back to the sheds too. Come on, need to head back to the sheds. Just be patient, D199. We'll head back to the sheds. But D199 didn't notice that he was heading for trouble. Further down the line, the other part of the rails had broke. One rail had broken. The workmen were about to replace the other rail and fix it. And D199 noticed that he tried to put on the brakes, but he was going faster down the line. Oh crap! Luckily, no one was hurt, but D199 was off the rails, and he and the coaches were off the rails. The passengers were upset. D199 was upset. He had felt foolish. Oh, maybe I shouldn't have said those things to Harold. And now I'm all alone, and now I'm stuck. And no one will notice where I am, and they won't be able to help me because they're too busy. I did deserve Dad for what I said to Harold, and for being such a show-off, and I wish things could have been okay. And then D199 watched as Harold went over, and he noticed that, Harold, come back! I'm stuck! Help! Oh, now I'm gonna be left here alone. And then a surprise came to D199. Out came Thomas, pulling his coaches, Annie and Clarabelle. Thomas, what are you doing? It's okay.
D199. I just came to take the passengers back to the station. I heard about your accident. Harold told me everything. Oh, thank you. I'm so happy you came in. I wish I could have just apologized to Harold for the stuff I said. It's okay. Harold heard you. And I'm sure Harold knows you didn't mean to. At least you know Harold's an awesome helicopter. D199 said nothing. He felt foolish. Later, the passengers got into Annie and Clarabelle and Thomas went off. As for the coaches, Edward took the coaches back to the yards to be repaired. Have their wheels checked and repaired. To mess it up, D199. I didn't mean to, Diesel 10. I heard enough. I heard you had been, and I had trusted you so many times, and the investigation science is still after me, and you have been too busy to help me. You're even more difficult than Splotch. And by that you meant Splatter and Dodge. I didn't have time to say both of their names. Well, whatever, Diesel 10. I don't need you anymore. Everybody knows I'm really useful. And I am really useful. I hope you enjoy yourself, D199. You had messed up everything. You might have did this, but later the rest will be coming for the others. Whatever. I just don't need you anymore, Diesel 10. The others are right about you, Spam Cam. You are difficult, and you really screw it up. I know, and I hope you understand that making mistakes is okay. Because I don't care about you, Diesel 10, and I didn't ask. Soon as the others will hear about this, the worst will be coming for them. Well, I'll make sure that will never happen. We'll see what will happen, D199. Whatever. And I don't need you anymore, Diesel 10. And I'm not gonna be part of your crap. So, I'm done. And I am never gonna trust you again. Ever. Well, he's nothing but difficult. Should I let the others know? Patience, Jasper. Later the others will know. And later they will. Later, D199 was repaired and he was back to work. Later, he decided to talk to Harold for a little bit. I'm sorry for the way I went, and thank you for letting Thomas know. I'm sorry for the way I went. I was just thought I noticed that you were just showing off, but I realized you were just helping others when you came to the mainland. Oh, nothing to worry about, D199. At least you showed that you tried your best to be really useful. Yeah, and I think you did well when you helped others, Harold. Just like when you help a passenger when his hand got hurt from the regatta. And that you give the passenger to duck. You're a helpful helicopter, and you are really useful. Thank you, D199. Oh, gotta go. There's a big flood coming, and that it already came. I gotta warn Percy before he gets stuck in the flood again. And with that, Harold took off. D199 was happy to notice it. He was happy that he had made an awesome friend, which is Harold the helicopter. And D199 noticed he had been really useful, and it made him very special.